I'm Dan Dawson, Rob Malarkey alongside me.
First leg is Kim to throw first. Kim on.
And you just feel with Rob Cross and the season he's having that, you know, he's been steadily ticking things off, adding things to his ever-expanding CV. You feel, as the only
60.
player in the last four who's yet to win a European Tour title, this would be the logical next step. And as you say, the Grand Slam would be the reward that goes with it as well. But of course, there are two huge hurdles in his way, whichever way he turns here.
96.
He is the favourite with the bookies. And when you look at their head-to-head record, it's easy to understand why. 3 meetings
100.
this year, all going the way of the former electrician.
Yeah, and that includes a semi-final in Milton Keynes where he won 6-1 and went on to win the title. One of 4 Players' Championship events that Rob Cross has won
59.
in this stunning debut season.
But Kim Huybrechts, round-on-round improvements this weekend in terms of
100.
his averages and in terms of his scorelines as well. 6-3 against Nathan Aspinall, 6-3 against Peter Wright, 6-4 against Dave Chisnell, but his average has stepped up every level. Every round he's advanced. 99.82 the average against Chizzy in his quarter-final. Some stunning finishing as well during the course of that one. A 140 checkout, top stops.
46.
6 180s against Peter Wright earlier today, even though Wright averaged 110.59.
Well, he flew out of the blocks in that game against Dave Chisnell, and he's not done so in this opening leg here, Kim Huybrechts. He's not even down to a finish on his own throw after the first 4 visits, and Rob Cross is on a 2-darter. And this could be the break of throw that Rob Cross needs very, very early on.
95.
That leaves Kim Huybrechts a 2-darter as well.
Robbie requires 74.
But Rob Cross is hitting almost 50% of his doubles so far this weekend, and he's going to get 2 at double 10. So the stats say this goes.
Game shot on the first leg.
Absolutely right.
Cross. Second leg is Rob to throw first. Kim on.
Well, dream start for Rob Cross. A break in the very first leg. Kim Huybrechts, is he just rubbing his arms there, or was he just...
Well, he does have this problem with his throwing arm. I think it's the elbow that's causing him problems. It's causing problems for a long while now. But Kim Huybrechts, he says he is a warrior and he's looking to play through all of this. He's got no time to get it sorted. But then he said that at the back end of last year as well. But he is genuinely thinking it might be an ailment that requires some sort of surgery. I think he's going to have to wait until after the World Championship to go and get it done. It's such a packed schedule nowadays. It's very few opportunities.
Yeah, January and August seem to be the clearest
95.
windows, but even then you're pushing it when you factor in the recovery time as well.
Well, I mean, plus, you know, Kim Huybrechts is number 15 in the world. He's been involved in the Premier League for 2 seasons. All right, it hasn't gone well, but as a former major finalist,
60.
a man who's won a couple of Euro tours, like, he considers himself amongst the elite in darts, and he'll be thinking, if I can go and have big runs on telly,
60.
I'm putting myself in the frame for a spot in the Premier League again, and World Series events next year. And all of a sudden, you're running out of time whenever you look in the calendar.
85.
It's 6 180s, Kim Huybrechts, in his victory over Dave Chisnell.
85.
4 of them came in the first 2 legs.
135.
Yeah, 3 against Peter Wright as well, so he's no stranger to the maximums this weekend.
95.
That'll do, leaves him double top.
Rob Cross has made a European Tour final this year. Lost to Michael van Gerwen.
59.
Well, he was playing better in that tournament
40.
going into the final than he's played here this weekend. He was averaging 105 for the whole tournament going into the final, and he lived with Michael van Gerwen in the early stages, but just couldn't stay with him as it went on. Double 10 again. Double 10 again.
Second leg.
Likes double 10, doesn't he?
Third leg is Kim to throw first.
Likes many doubles, actually, does Rob Cross.
100.
have been speaking about Rob Cross as the next first-time winner on the European Tour. For the last part of the second half of this particular European campaign. Remember, only made his European Tour debut earlier this year, and look where he is now.
Well, he was struggling to qualify for these events at the start of the year, but as soon as he made it onto the Euro Tour, he couldn't stop making quarterfinals. And as you can see, his form this year has got him up to number 6 in the seedings. Astonishing.
And he's really acclimatised. I mean, I think this has done him the world of good as well. This we spoke about it before with Paul Nicholson about this atmosphere and this environment of a European Tour. It's sort of like a halfway house between floor events and big TV events, isn't it? It stands you in good stead. It's a nice stepping stone for players like Rob Cross in their first year on the circuit.
Well, I think it's a fantastic opportunity for all players to get big stage experience. You're playing in front of crowds. I mean, 3,500 here in Göttingen tonight. That's a bigger crowd than you get at the World Championship. So when Rob Cross does go there as one of the top 32 seeds this year,
and as a candidate as well, might I add,
it shouldn't scare him. I mean, I know he's played a couple of UK Opens. He's played the World Match Play. He's played the World Grand Prix.
123.
Huybrechts needs treble 18. And he doesn't get it, and he's not finding the trebles with the regularity he did earlier on against Dave Chisnell or indeed against Peter Wright. This is nowhere near the level of performance we've seen from the Hurricanes so far today. Rob Cross going about his business. Treble 16. No, he's gone 20s. Double 16. Gives it a look, gives himself a moment. You see this all the time from Rob Cross.
It's all part of his repertoire, but he's off target there with double 16, and Huybrechts, well, needs to capitalise here, and does so. And he's off the mark, and it means a lot, actually, that Kim.
Game on.
Bit of a snarl on the face of Kim Huybrechts there.
Well, he said, after his win over Dave Chisnell, when he was interviewed by Elmar on stage, that what he's been doing is starting games excellently, and he's not been able to maintain that level of performance. After 3 or 4 legs against Dave Chisnell, he was up in the 120s, near the 130 average. It has not been the case in the semi-final that he has started with that electrifying scoring. So it's a different kind of game that Kim Huybrechts is going to have to execute here. He's going to have to grow into it.
And whatever happens here, Rob Cross will be one of the seeds for the European Championship. One of the top 8 on the European Order of Merit. It could be a lot better if he goes even further.
97.
Yeah, could go as high as 4th seed, Rob Cross. And remember last year's European Championship, we saw the top 4 seeds make the semis and the top 2 seeds contest the final.
And the number 1 seed won it.
Yeah.
Handsomely.
Almost as if the seedings are a good indication of who's going to do well.
96. Rob, you require
so for the best leg of the match so far, a 13-darter. Rob Cross wants double top.
Game shot on the
right
full
in
leg.
the middle.
Rob Cross, feels like he's Kim to throw first. Game on.
Deadly accuracy from Rob Cross. 3-1 he leads. It's a 13-darter. And so far so good in his
140.
bid to make another European Tour final. Van Gerwen Whitlock on the way next in the second semi. Michael Van Gerwen close to emulating his exploits of last year when he won 6 European Tour titles.
43.
Could be 6 again.
$140.
Kim Huybrechts, a man who's played every single European Tour event since it was created in this guise back in 2012. And
140.
Regular in the latter stages. He didn't make a final in 2012. We only had the 5 events. But it's grown and grown since then. He won in 2013. That was
60.
the Dutch Darts Masters when we held it in Veldhoven. Failed to make a final in 2014, but he did make one in 2015. That was when he was beaten by Robert Thornton at the European Darts Open back at the Maritime Hotel in Dusseldorf. A cathedral of Euro Tour darts. Sadly don't attend anymore. And he was beaten by Mensur Suljovic and Risa, missing 7 championship darts in that final last year.
43.
Just the 43 scored leaves him a 3-dart combination. And that looks good for Rob Cross. It looks very, very good. He can jam that underneath. Well, he's moved over to the 18s and pins it as well. A 174 for Rob Cross.
And he will get the opportunity.
50.
Huybrechts fluffing his lines with his first dart there, but making up the ground. Maybe too little too late here. Cross on 44 for another break. Taking his time, as we've seen him do time and time again. And it pays dividends once again as well.
6 leg is dropped to throw
and
first.
It's looking very good indeed for Rob Cross, the number 6 seed. Finalist on the European Tour, 4 times a quarter-finalist this year as well. And at the very outset of the weekend, we said he was more than capable of going deep in this one too, and it's looking as though he'll go very deep indeed.
100.
And once he finally learned how to qualify for these Euro Tour events, Rob Cross has been incredibly consistent. I mean, there's only really, what, a couple of events which he'd class as letdowns or failures. The Austrian Darts Open, he went out in the second round. He made quarter-final, quarter-final. Another quarter-final at the European Darts Open, last 16 at the Dutch Darts Masters, and then Risa was a second-round exit as well. But everything else, it's quarter-final or better, making the final session of action. And look at this from Rob Cross. Oh. Yeah, it's a 171 to leave the 132.
And the averages, there's a gulf between them right now. Rob Cross nudging 100, Kim Huybrechts ran about 85 or so, but Cross looking at 132 here. Starts off perfectly.
It's got to be treble 14. Can he? And Rob Cross is a guy who doesn't mind jamming darts underneath very tightly, but I think there's just not enough room.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if he goes back there. Yep. Well.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, it's an option. Usually you'd see treble 14 for tops.
21.
Treble 17.
52.
Now, this one's slipping away from Kim Huybrechts, you feel now.
Double 8.
50% so far is strike rate, and it's
Rob Cross,
embellished there nicely as he takes out double 8 with the first dart in hand, and Rob Cross is 1 leg away from a place in the final here at the Lochhalle in Göttingen.
And there you see 13 darter, 14 darter, 13 darter for Rob Cross. It's solid, it's consistent. The average is now over 100, and Kim Huybrechts,
83.
Well, it's been his least impressive performance of the weekend. Kim Huybrechts, unfortunately for him, it's come at the semi-final stages.
30.
And it looks like a 4th consecutive win for Rob Cross over the world number 15. He has turned up as a PDC Pro this year and not just taken the fight to some of the biggest names in the world. He has been wiping the floor with some of them regularly. It was 6-1 when they met in the semi-finals in Milton Keynes last time they met, and Rob Cross went on to claim the title. It could well be 6-1 here, and Rob Cross, who knows, could go on and claim the title, his first on the European Tour.
Oh, just slightly derailed there, but well, he's got so much to work with here as Rob Cross. He's got plenty of legs in hand and time in hand as well. And Kim just looks a bit dispirited here as he trudges back to the back of the stage. Well, 40 backed up by a 58. I don't think Rob Cross will be pressing any panic buttons just yet.
93.
This is on the Huybrechts throw after all as well.
119 is an awkward finish. Rob Cross may get 2 visits to see off the 186.
71. Kim require 119.
Oh dear, can't be done now.
45. Robbie require 115.
So, for a second consecutive 6-1 victory against the top player from Belgium and to make it through to a Euro Tour final for the second time in his career. It's on. For 6-1. Rob Cross is in the final of the HappyBet European Darts Trophy. Once again, he makes it through to the decider. And can Rob Cross take that next step and become a winner on the European Tour to continue this magnificent debut season?